How many of you have seen the Broadway musical In the Heights? Yeah, well, we got a treat for you. Our next performer is a drama desk winner. She made her Broadway debut in the Broadway musical In the Heights, where she covered 3 parts. She has been seen on daytime television as Clara, Adam Chandler's maid, and Dr. Baez on One Life to Live. She was on The Good Wife. She has toured all over the country with her cabaret show. And I normally don't agree with critics, but the New York Times said she is someone that you can listen to for weeks, and I agree with them. Will you please welcome the beautiful Doreen Montalvo? Man!
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Q-Talk, for giving me a job on a Saturday night. It was my first Saturday night since the show closed. So, for those of you who've seen the show, In the Heights, this next song I'm about to sing, one of the main characters in the show sings it. But I'd love to tell the story about the fact that back in the day, I actually originated this role in one of the first readings at MTC and at the Eugene O'Neill Theater Conference. I originated the role of Abuela Claudia. So I was the first person to ever sing this song. I may not be the best person, but I was the first. And now that the show's closed, I can sing it as much as I want. Calor, calor, calor. Calor, calor, calor. Ay, mamá. The summer's hottest day. Paciencia y fe. Paciencia y fe. Ay, carajo, it's hot. But that's okay. Wow. Gillian Berkowitz, the fabulous Gillian Berkowitz.
Come over here. Sit with us.
Come talk to us. Girl,
Come over here. Oh, my
I
God.
gotta tell you one thing. Those pants are fierce. Girl, you better work those things.
Well, like, good, 70-year-old grandma would wear these, don't you think? I think that's why the producers decided not to cast me in the role.
I know. When you first started, I thought, oh, she played the part. Oh, wait a minute, right?
She did, though. I did.
First of all, congratulations on 3 years on Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
You were with
It
the show
shows.
for how long?
I was with the show for 8 years.
Wow.
Because I was actually in the very first reading when Lin-Manuel Miranda graduated Wesleyan and came to New York. We did the very first reading in the basement of the drama bookshop. And I was cast as a character that no longer exists. They cut her out about like 5 years ago. But Benny, if you saw the show, Benny had a mother. And I was Chris Jackson's mom for about the first 3 years of readings.
But you
A
know,
lot of stage makeup, right?
the thing about it is that I remember when the show was about to open, they had done a little documentary around that. It was so emotional. I was sitting there crying like a girl watching this. The show was really groundbreaking. You know what I mean? And you must be so proud to do that, to be part of that show.
I am. I was really blessed. It was the most beautiful journey ever, but I really am blessed to have been a part of that since the very beginning.
I have never seen a group of people like the cast of In the Heights.
Yeah.
I got to work with them twice.
They're a good group.
Amazing people. I have never been to a closing night like that night. 7 standing ovations throughout the show. I don't know what was going
The
through
show
my
lasted
head.
3.5 hours closing night.
It was amazing.
Oh my God.
But you've been on daytime.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Baez and All My Children and that, and
The Good
amazing.
Wife. I love The Good
I love
Wife.
it.
I
You're so
know.
great on that.
But you're like the hardest working woman in New York, I think.
I don't know. I don't know. Right now I'm unemployed. So. Although, you know what was cool was that the show closed, on Sunday, the 9th of January.
Mm-hmm.
The following Tuesday, I got a phone call from friends of my husband's who he works with. They're like, they just booked us on a Disney cruise, and we need a singer and an MC. you're not working. You want to come out with us? So literally 2 days after the show closed, I was like laying on my chair.
Thank you.
You know, so we did so I was on a cruise ship for like the Disney Wonder of all things for 5
Was that
days.
the new one? That was the new one,
Except
isn't it?
the new one's the Disney Magic.
Oh,
But this one was
absolutely.
really cool. So it was nice. We did one show. I was on a cruise for 5 days, so I decompressed. I didn't go through my post-show depression, which my husband's real grateful for.
Wait, did he go with you?
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He
So
didn't.
he was like, okay, let her go through
So
her
I really
thing.
decompressed. No, it was great.
But it's so interesting, though. I mean, you've recorded an album, your
Mm-hmm.
debut album, which was under consideration for a Latin Grammy.
Yes, it was.
That's incredible.
Well, you guys did your research. Wow.
Well, you can tell who did the research. I was like, wow.
Recorded that in
Did you really?
2004. It's an album called Volveré. And I had done an off-Broadway show called Havana Under the Sea with a theater company called Intar. And it was basically, long story short, it was a show about this ghost, the ghost of Havana that comes to life, blah, blah, blah. But throughout the course of all these series of monologues, they interspersed all these gorgeous Cuban standards. So I had like 16 songs. It was like this glorified cabaret act. It was beautiful. And they never recorded like a cast album because I was the only one in the cast. They never really recorded a cast album.
So you recorded the cast album.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I turned to my musical director at the time, who's pretty famous in Cuba. He's kind of like the Paul Simon of Cuba. You know, his name is Meme Solis. And I said, we need to record this because this music is so glorious and beautiful. So we did. You know, and one thing led to another, so it was kind of cool.
What I love about Doreen as a performer is she can ace an acting job. And the art of cabaret, for those of you who do it, it's a totally different thing. This lady is amazing in a cabaret venue. You have grasped what it is. I don't know what it is about you, but you're just, like I said, I can watch you forever. It's one of those things.
Well, I think, and you can disagree with me if you want. I mean, having done the whole Broadway thing and everything, cabaret is a different animal.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh,
because
yeah.
honestly, if you're not real up there, you're dead in the water.
That's what's so scary about it, too.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's just, you're not hiding behind a character. Unless you're doing, a show that entails that, a cabaret show, but you're not, it's just you out there. And it's like, okay, are they going to look at my shoes? Are they going to look at my pants? Do they like my hair?
They're gonna look at those
it's one of
pants.
those. It's like,
Those pants are fabulous.
but yeah, I always get really kind of nervous before I do a cabaret act, more so than when I'm doing a theater gig because.
And you covered three parts in the Heights.
I did. I
Which
covered
one
3 parts.
were they?
I covered Abuela Claudia, Camila, the mom, Priscilla Lopez's role.
Who?
And Priscilla Lopez, you know her?
I know, but
Yeah.
Oh.
Shut up.
Beauty
Okay.
shop.
Nice. And
shop.
Daniela, the salon owner, Andrea
Yeah.
Burns' role as well.
Which was your favorite? Did you have a favorite?
Maybe
was it
for a
this-
long time, Abuela was my favorite because I had originated her, and then when we did the off-Broadway run, I actually did I was contracted to do the whole last month of the off-Broadway run as Abuela. So that was like, okay, my dream came true.
Yeah.
The night of the Actors Fund benefit, Olga called out. I went on. That was my Broadway debut as Abuela for the Actors Fund people, So
Okay.
I was
Wow,
like,
it's
You're like,
holy
awesome.
crap. But I was so excited, and I was like, okay, that's it. My dreams have completely come true. But I loved all of them. I loved Abuela because of what she meant to me personally.
Right.
But Daniela, the salon owner, was so much
I
fun.
love-
She was
yeah.
funny, fiery. She's in every single number. So,
Yeah.
she was the hardest working one of the bunch. And then I wasn't sure I was going to like Camila as much as the mom as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
And of all of the characters, the character of Camila is the most like Doreen.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 stepkids, and I have
right.
nieces that I've raised and things like that. And I kind of and then when I sang enough, I just let it go, So, but I had a lot of fun with that too. So I love them all.
Yeah.
I love them all. I do.
And what are we going to expect from you in the future? What's coming up? Another album, maybe?
What's coming up? Another album, absolutely. Yeah,
Any-
actually I am. We're in production right now. They're putting all music together. My friend's out in Mexico, and they're doing a lot of recording in Mexico.
Oh,
doing a lot of the
cool.
background because it's cheap.
Mexico.
but because my musical director is actually out there right now, and so he's been sending me like the MP3s. I'm like, damn, I want to be in the studio with you guys doing this, laying down tracks for the music. But
Right.
it's amazing. So it's going to be
Cool.
an album called Alma Americana Corazón Latina. So it's American Soul Latin Heart.
Thank you very much.
And,
You said that
and
really
P.S.
well.
Paciencia y fe, for those who don't know, means patience and faith. So,
All right.
but it's basically all of the songs that I grew up with that I loved, like 70s and 80s tunes, like Bonnie Tyler stuff, done with a little bit of twist, a little Spanish here, maybe not, maybe, you know. So yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I think it's gonna be cool. It's a project I've been working on for years, and I think I've got the time now. I may as well do it.
I know. You better hurry. There's another cruise ship leaving.
No,
Will you
I'm done.
Will you do another song for
I
us
certainly
now?
will. I certainly will.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doreen Montalvo.
Thank you. This is actually one of the first songs that I rewrote for the new album. You'll recognize it. You'll know the melody. It's called Ángel de mi alma. Nunca he sentido tanto amor como el que tengo para ti. Y sé que tú piensas lo mismo porque tu alma vive aquí. Me das tu cuerpo en el pasión y se me llena el corazón. Eres el ángel de mi alma, ángel, abrázame antes de irte, querido.
She talks for you. Let us talk.